Hey everybody, thanks for joining me today. I'm here in my home in North Carolina and it's fall time. It's a little bit past the prime, but we still see the beautiful colors of the leaves here. A lot of them have fallen off, but you can still admire the beautiful leaves behind me. I wanted to make a video today that is going to showcase some of the best fall colors with fuse beads, in my opinion, of course. And it's going to be a great little video, so I just wanted to bring you outside, look at the wonderful fall scenery here in North Carolina, and then let's look at those beads and see what colors best represent the fall autumnal time of the year. Hey again everybody, thanks for tuning in today. My name is Ryan and this is Nostalgic Nick-Nacks, my perler beading retro gaming YouTube channel. I'm happy you're here with me today. As I said in the intro, I'm going to be talking about my favorite autumn beads. So I'm going to have some top tier brand beads, I'm going to have some perler brand beads. And these are beads that represent the fall time, the autumn time, the harvest time. And this is a great time of the year. The leaves only keep that those bright yellows and oranges and reds just for a limited amount of time. But we can have them forever with our fused beads. So go with me on this fall adventure today as I talk about some of my favorite colors for the fall time. If this is your first time tuning into my channel, I make videos showcasing fuse beading and specifically with video games. So I make all kinds of video game sprites. If you're interested in that, how about check out some of my other videos. If you want to get started with fuse beading, I've got an introductory video here, so check that out. It gives you all of the materials you're going to need to get started with this wonderful art craft. I appreciate you. Thanks for being here, and let's go ahead and get into the colors that I love during the fall time. So here is the whole spectrum of fall colors from what I have purchased. There are so many more colors that could be included in this, but this is a big portion of the perler brand here. And then I have some from Top Tier brand, and Top Tier beads, and they have got some really great colors. So I want to talk about every single one of these colors, give the name to the color, and show you how they would go well together. We have Top Tier beads, and their color called Goldenrod. If I look at Goldenrod and Butterscotch from Perler beads, they're pretty different colors here. You can kind of see it, and hopefully all the colors show up with my camera here. But you can see that they're very different colors, and it's even a different color from Cheddar. So there's Cheddar, Perler, and you can see that they are different colors. Now the color that does look the most similar, I've got the mini version here of Top Tier beads. We've got Corn. So let's look at Corn and Cheddar together, and they are pretty similar colors. Yeah, they look very much the same, except in person I can say that cheddar is definitely the darker of the two. Just seeing colors side by side really does help you out when you're trying to purchase these colors, because looking at them on the website, it's very hard to distinguish colors by a picture, but hopefully I can do it some justice here by looking at the colors. Maybe you can get a better idea of how these colors blend together and all of that. So these are the darker ones here. So we've got honey. This is honey. And I love using honey. It's a more muted color compared to the butterscotch. It's just more, well, butterscotch is more muted, but honey is more orange, I guess, has more of an orange tint to it. And then we have even more of an orange tint with the cheddar. I love using cheddar and butterscotch together. And butterscotch is a really great darker skin tone. If you didn't realize that, it really is. And if you don't have honey, that's okay. Sometimes it's useful with certain shades, but definitely stick with butterscotch and cheddar, or go with the corn flavor here with top tier beads. So yellow is a great fall color as well. So we have traditional yellow here. So there's yellow with perler, and then we have pastel yellow, and cream. And all of these are really great shades. I love using these together. But then we have top tier beads in their canary color, and I want to just compare that to the perler yellow. And canary is definitely a lighter shade, and yellow seems a bit dark by comparison. But then the pastel yellow is actually a lighter shade than the canary, so you have a bit of variation here, a whole from dark to light colors here. Really great. It's amazing how beautiful all of these fall colors look. So let's go ahead and move on to the darker colors now. So these are absolutely beautiful when I line them up side by side. My all-time favorite here, I'll go ahead and say it, apricot or apricot. I say it apricot here in the South, but apricot, really beautiful color here. You can kind of pick it up there on the camera. It's not sand, it looks like sand on the camera, but it's definitely a beautiful peach type of color. I love the way apricot looks, and you can see how we're going from lighter to darker here. So we have orange, standard orange, really great for pumpkins. Everybody can see that. But then when you want to get a little darker, you've got tangerine here. So there's tangerine, and you can kind of see the difference here. So we have orange and tangerine. So there's your difference. And then going into the reds, I picked out a hot coral. Now this works as a summer color as well, but I have to say sometimes I do see trees with leaves that have that pink tint to them. And then of course you have red, which is the most common color you're gonna see in the fall time. So just beautiful assortment of colors here. Let's keep getting darker. Okay, now we're getting into the purples and going into the browns. And this is an essential part of fall, because this is inevitably where all the leaves end up being. So we have the brown, the light brown here, we have the dark brown, and then I chose top tier beads with their copper color here, which is really beautiful, and I could see it being used for a Thanksgiving themed type of perler, maybe a part of the turkey that's shining, or maybe even for leaves if you're recreating leaves. And of course, going up, I use these all the time. I use the dark brown, the light brown, and the gingerbread. The gingerbread and the light brown is, sometimes people don't know the difference. So there's gingerbread over here, and here's light brown. and you can see there's definitely a difference. What I usually do is I will have dark brown, gingerbread, light brown as my shading here, and it goes very well. It looks really great all together. So then the last three colors I want to share today with my all-time favorite fall picks for fuse beading. They have crayon apple, eggplant, and I thought about this one, I'll talk about it in a second, but then we have rust, and definitely crayon apple and rust work very well together. Eggplant, I chose eggplant because sometimes you can see sort of a hint of this. This is not the most natural fall color, but I just thought I'd add it to the collection here just to, just to kind of think about it a little bit. But of course you can have eggplants growing in the garden, so similar color here. Okay, so one last look at everything. These are all the fall colors I thought were fantastic, and in fact, all of the fall colors that I think I own. So just soak it in, remember those beautiful colors of fall, and recreate it with your fuse bead creations. Absolutely love the way these turned out. And maybe this gave you some helpful inspiration for your fall time creations. Thank you all for tuning in today. It has been a great video. I hope you got something great out of this video. I loved making it, just seeing all of the fall colors with perler beads and top tier beads and how they all look together. It's really quite beautiful. So if you enjoyed today's content and you want to see more about fuse beading and video games, please like this video and subscribe for more great content. I've got more content coming every week. Later on this week, I've got part 2 of my chat with Top Tier Beads with Scott and Jazz, so make sure to check that out. Thanks for tuning in today for this little video on fall colors. I appreciate you. Make sure to go out there and say something nice about somebody else. I pray that you have a great day. And until next time, apricot, my favorite color, says, happy beading.